Welcome back to my class. In this video, I'll be discussing about the next topic in chemical thermodynamics, that is enthalpy, another useful state function. We have studied that the energy change occurring during the reaction at constant temperature and constant volume is given by the internal energy change. But we all know that most of the reactions in the laboratory are carried out in open beakers or test tubes. In such cases, the reacting system is open to the atmosphere. Since atmospheric pressure is almost constant, therefore, such reactions may involve changes in volume. The energy change occurring during such reactions may not be equal to the internal energy change. So, let us understand about what is enthalpy. That is what we are going to discuss about. What is enthalpy? Here, the reaction carried out at constant pressure but not at constant volume is, for that we use a new term called enthalpy. So let me make it more clear. When the reaction is carried out at constant pressure, two possibilities arise. If the reaction proceeds with the increase in volume of the system, if the reaction proceeds with the increase in volume, the system has to expand against atmospheric pressure, and energy is required for this purpose. So the heat evolved in this case would be little less than the heat evolved at constant volume, because a part of the energy has been utilized for expansion. If the reaction, second possibility is, if the reaction proceeds with a decrease in volume at constant pressure, the work is done on the system and heat evolved will be greater than the heat evolved at constant volume. Thus, it can be concluded from these discussions that heat changes occurring at constant pressure and constant temperature are not simply due to the changes in internal energy alone, but also include energy changes due to expansion or contraction against the atmospheric pressure. And it is for this heat change in chemical reactions at constant temperature and pressure, a new function, that is enthalpy, is being introduced. So now let us learn what is enthalpy in detail. So here, as I told you earlier in my description, we need to introduce another thermodynamic functions which is called enthalpy when the volume is not kept constant. And what is enthalpy? It is a sum of internal energy and pressure volume energy, because a little work is also used for expansion and contraction. So internal energy plus there is some energy used for expansion and contraction. So these two, the sum of these two is termed as enthalpy. So enthalpy is represented as H is equal to U plus PV. U is the internal energy. And delta H, so the change in enthalpy, as I've explained earlier, it is difficult to find the exact enthalpy of the reactants and products. So the change in enthalpy, that is delta H of a reaction, would be the enthalpy of products minus enthalpy of reactants, and that is the delta H represented here. So delta H is equal to change in enthalpy is equal to change in internal energy plus the pressure is kept constant. So P into change in volume, delta V. As P is constant, becomes P into delta V plus V into delta P. So here pressure is kept constant. So the delta P, this part becomes 0. And hence delta H is equal to delta U plus P delta V. And we know that U is equal to Q minus P delta V. So substituting that, we get delta U plus P delta V is equal to Q. Or delta H, this change in enthalpy, is equal to the heat evolved or absorbed at constant pressure. Heat evolved or absorbed at constant pressure. That is, the volume is not kept constant here. Now, next is how to derive the relationship between delta H and delta U when the reactants and products are gases. So, we are going to derive the relationship between delta H and delta U in a reaction involving gases. We know PV is equal to nRT. At constant temperature and pressure, we have P delta V, R and T is constant. So there is a change in the number of moles. So delta N into RT, that is PV is equal to nRT at constant temperature and pressure. It becomes P into change in volume. Delta V is equal to delta N, R and T are constant. So it is written as such. Substituting it in delta H is equal to delta U plus P delta V. Are substituting the value of P delta V, that is equal to delta nRT in this equation. It becomes delta H is equal to delta U plus delta nRT. Now what is delta N? Delta N here refers to the change in the number of moles of gaseous species during the process. That is the number of moles of the products minus number of moles of the reactants. If delta N is equal to 0, here in this equation, if delta N is equal to 0, then delta H is equal to delta U. That is change in the number of moles of the gaseous species, only the gaseous species, remember, not solid and liquid. If that is 0 means delta H is equal to delta U. Now if delta N is coming out to be negative, then delta H is less than delta U. And if delta N, that is a change in the number of moles, is coming out to be positive, then delta H is greater than delta U. Okay, thank you children.